I hope so, 'cause that multiple choice.
That multiple choice, I was like, you know what, I'm done.
I was like A,
Yeah.
B, C.
Well, one of my C was right.
Very cute effort, very cute, thank you. I did appreciate the goblin.
Okay.
Dang it.
Hey, you got it right.
What's up?
I thought I should have.
Did you make a?
I did lose a negative.
I don't know
No, no,
why, so I get
yes.
count off for not counting the bottom half, do I have to just put that there was a bottom, or wasn't the bottom half?
It was the bottom half, yeah, not the top half. All y'all did that, y'all just assumed it was the top half.
I looked at it, I thought it was the top half.
Okay, so I was.
Well,
putting it
look at the
in.
point they gave you. What was the point they gave you?
One negative.
One.
Negative.
Negative one. On the
Oh.
bottom, alright, on the bottom.
Because I sat there and I plugged it in and I was like, this has to be right, it's my work shot, there's no other way. Then I was like, I was plugging it in and I wasn't getting the right answer.
Correct.
Dang it, I forgot those. Why?
Alrighty.
Now it's like, oh well.
The solution, okay, number one. I'm curious on number one, how y'all did that.
Me?
Yeah, because I didn't see any scratch work, and I figured y'all either threw it away or you were really good at guessing. So we're doing the test, multiple choice, front page here.
How did I get this one? I got it somehow.
I took, first I plugged them all in. I tried to actually do the work and I did not, I got stuck.
Oh, I plugged it in.
You just took the numbers 2, 3, and plugged them into the equations until you found one that
Well,
worked?
see, I
Well,
did
there's three
one.
that work for
Right.
3, and then you had to look at it. Well, B, I think it was D, B, and C were the ones that had 3 at the end. B is nothing really, because it has nothing to do with an exponential, it has nothing to do
Well,
with a
did
log.
y'all recognize this as the shortcut I taught you?
I thought it looked familiar whenever I looked
That's
at the
the
answer.
kx thing, dy dx equals ky,
Because I
but the
looked,
k value is,
This
I was
whole
like,
thing
well, I'll
was
just
to
plug it
get,
in. I plugged in
this
A
whole thing
and
was
B.
actually, the whole multiple choice was the shortcut you taught us, and I didn't remember it.
I plugged in A
but
and B and then
you
I
can
was
do
like,
it
well,
all without it, alright, you can do that. If you didn't remember, you could go through the motions, you could, alright, let's do it the long way. So, getting the y over here, dividing by y is gonna give me dy over y, multiplying by dx gives me dx. Antiderivative, natural log, absolute value of y is equal to x plus c, that's the same thing as like a ninja 1, okay? Find this, what's our point, 2, 3? Okay, so if natural log of absolute value of 3, which you don't really need the absolute value, is equal to 2 plus c, we get c is equal to the natural log of 3 minus 2.
The question I'm getting is, where does the x minus 2, how do you get 2 as your c? I don't know, like, cause c equals the natural log of 3 minus 2,
Right.
which I don't know how that comes out to,
That equate how the answer c?
yeah.
Let's keep going. So this is going to give us the natural log absolute value of y is equal to x plus natural log of 3 minus 2. So far so good?
Okay.
Alright. Now we're going to use the e. So we're going to get absolute value of y is equal to e to the x plus natural log of 3 minus 2. Alright? Now, I'm gonna split this into 2 pieces, and only 2 pieces. Absolute value of y is equal to, alright, if you remember,
These are all.
these could all be written as 3 different e's that are being multiplied. So it was e to the x times e to the natural log of 3 times e to the negative 2. I'm only gonna choose to do 2 of them. I'm going to do e to the natural log of 3 times e to the x minus,
And that would bring
2.
down into 3.
and then this becomes your 3. So you get absolute value of y equals 3 times e to the x minus 2. Then when we pull the absolute value off, the question becomes, which one is it, positive or negative? And because I have to go through the point 2, positive 3, it is the positive.
the multiple choice actually messed me up because like, it's giving me answers that I'm like,
That looks
how
too
are you
good,
get-
yeah.
how am I supposed to get the C equals -2?
Yeah,
It made no sense.
I plugged it in.
yeah, and
And
if
then I just
you,
plugged them all. I knew that B just made no sense, it had nothing to do with exponential law.
Yeah, I was like,
D is
you know what,
literally-
here's something else you can do. How do you feel about derivatives?
Good.
Okay, if you narrowed it down to D, B, and C,
Take it through.
take their derivatives and what am I supposed to get?
Why?
The original function back again, so just start taking derivatives until you find one that gives you the exact same thing you started with.
I just looked, and then D is stupid because it's
Yeah,
e
I
to
plugged in
x
A and B, and I was
minus
like, what am I doing?
e to the 2, which is just e to 2 minus e to the 2, which makes no sense. Why would you put that there? Plus c, that's the only reason you get 3.
And I was like, it has to
because
be
it's
B or
stupid.
D, or C or D, and I was like,
So it had to be c.
On two,
oh,
is that the one we're talking about, or number one?
one.
Oh, number one, yeah. By the way, if you recognized that this was part of my shortcut, you could have narrowed the DBC down to just D and C, because B is not exponential, what you were saying, it's not exponential. And then from there, you flip a coin, or if you really didn't feel like doing this, take derivatives until you get the one that actually spits back the original function, which is what it said, dy dx has to equal y, the original. Alright, number 2. If a substance decomposes at a rate proportional to the amount of the substance present. Again, that is,
What is the formula that you
dy dx is equal to ky.
KY, okay.
And really the hard part of this one, it says find the constant of proportionality, so find k, is what they wanted in this one.
I was trying so hard to remember that thing, I could not remember it.
Alright, here's what I'm gonna do first. Fast forward, because I don't feel like recreating all this crap. This is going to be y is equal to ce to the kt. Which you would have gotten if you had recreated the whole process over and over again, alright?
I remembered the other little thing that they just like I remember too, but then I couldn't remember how to connect them, like what was what.
There it is. Now, what do the c and the k stand for?
The c and the k. The c is your constant.
C is some random constant and k is some fixed constant, which depends on whatever this problem is. This guy right here, this is your initial condition. Initial condition.
So
I mean, think about it like this. If t equals 0, if I start the clock at 0, e to the 0 is 1, so you end up with whatever c is. So at time 0, c was how much you started with. And if the amount decreases from 40 grams to 10 grams in 2 hours, got it, then the constant of proportionality is, this is not even calculus.
No, it's
So they're starting me with this, y is equal to 40 e to the kt. Everybody cool with that? Alright, now, it says, I'm gonna go from 40 to 10 in 2 hours. So when t is equal to 2, my answer needs to be 10.
may have only one variable left.
Solve for k and Bob's your uncle, alright? So, we're gonna get a fourth is equal to e to the 2k. Natural log, so natural log of a fourth is equal to 2k. Divide by 2, so I get k equals 1/2 of the natural log of 1/4. And this was me, just, or not me, whatever year they gave this, this is just them being extremely cruel. There is no answer that looks like this. Here's what they did. Again, if you remember your log properties, if you have something multiplied out front, you can bring it inside as a power.
Which is,
So this was really k equals natural log of 1/4 to the 1/2, and to the 1/2 means square root. Square root of 1 is 1, square root of 4 is 2, so my answer was natural log of 1/2.
would you believe me if I squared it accidentally?
Yeah.
That's not true.
Oh yeah.
Because I put a 1/8.
Squaring it would be 16, that might even,
Divide by 1/2.
whatever
or
you
times by
did, yeah, I don't know
1/2.
what you did.
I guess.
Again, with a calculator, With the calculator, you could have actually plugged them in and checked it. You could have just taken your answers and plugged it in for K, and it reduces quite nicely with the natural
I
log.
was just trying to remember that formula, I'm just like, I don't know that formula.
You mean this one?
Yeah, that thing.
But again, you didn't need it if you felt like going through the whole process to recreate.
I didn't even know
that
the beginning,
formula.
the first one, like, I didn't know, I didn't know, like, that's what it was.
That's why I gave you number 1 up there as kind of a clue. If you forgot, ladies and gentlemen, it looks a lot like this.
But you did put the K there, which, ugh,
There's a K there, it's a Ninja 1.
I didn't know that though.
3. You making this one right? Most of y'all put hyperbolas.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. You're like,
We just did-
hyperbola to me, whatever. Haven't used B yet, why not?
Did we just do the practice, we did like a practice poem before the test about that one?
Yeah, but it came out to be circle. The one we did was circles.
No, we did like on the
Oh
quiz.
yeah, it was 1 plus y over x,
And
which
it-
looked like a bunch of lines
But just the origin was down one because it was
Right.
plus one.
to the y.
And then it was just like, this was just without the plus
Very
one.
good. If you, wow, that's a good connection. If you did not make that connection, I'd say let's just go ahead and do the math. Wow, I didn't even think about that. Let's see, y is gonna come down, dx is gonna come up, so we're gonna get dy over y is equal to dx over x. Antiderivative would be natural log absolute value of y is equal to natural log absolute value of x plus c. We're gonna exponentiate, so I'm gonna get absolute value of y is equal to well,
So,
I need to split here. Alright, you need to split this into e to the natural log absolute value of x times e to the c. These two will cancel out, and that's just a random constant, so absolute value of y equals c absolute value of x. Here's where this c really helps. C is random, so it's either positive or negative, doesn't really matter. So the absolute values here kind of get gobbled up with the c. The absolute value means, yeah, we could have positives, we could have negatives, but so does the c. So this really means y equals cx, and that c will determine whether it's positive or whether it's negative. Y'all, what is that?
that's your.
It's a whole bunch of lines,
That's
okay,
a slope.
with different slopes, but it goes through the origin because there's no plus.
Why is that?
Yeah, that's slope-intercept form, yes. It's also point slope form if your point is 0, 0. So neither. There you go. Lines,
Lots.
lots of lines, going through the origin.
Yep.
Okay. I know I'm kind of zipping through. Any questions on 1, 2, and 3? Some of y'all are still a little glazed.
Well, I'm always this way.
Glazed.
Glazed, I used the culinary reference for you, so to make you feel better.
Okay.
Glazed.
You should say.
Because she's pastries, isn't she? Is that what she does?
No.
I don't think she does anything.
We are recording, so.
That's cold.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say.
Miss
what
Lighting,
popped
you
out of my
suck.
We do not speak ill of
mouth. I thought you were
our
talking about
teacher.
me or Miss Lighting.
I thought she was was she a pastry person? Is that what she
Yeah,
was?
she's all pastry.
The population of a city increases continuously at a rate proportional at any time to the population of the city. There's that blasted setup again.
Yeah, this was the one I was like, I
Dang
need to
it.
pay. Where's it at?
The population doubles every 50 years,
Pretty good one.
okay? After 75 years, the ratio of the population P to the initial population P sub naught is, cool. Couple ways to do this. I'm gonna use P because they use P for population, so dP dt, population changing with respect to time, is going to be KT. Now, they have told you what K is. Y'all might have a hard time with this, but they have told you exactly what K is in the wording. The population doubles every 50 years.
So if you're counting it in years or.
We just need a K value that's gonna make my population double every 50 years. If you don't know the formula for that, which is fine, because y'all probably don't, you can create it. We do know this is gonna happen. We do know that this is gonna turn into P equals CE to the KT, so I can go ahead and start there. All right, now to find K, this is pretty easy.
And time equals
Make up a population. Let's just make one up.
10.
10. Why not? Okay. So let's say, for example, because they didn't really specify an initial population,
got it.
let's just make up
So
something.
just 2 equals 1, or just like 20 equals 1 e to the k 50.
10e to the 50k, right. All right, so let's just say for our example, we're gonna let the population be 10 people.
P equals 20.
All right, so now to help me find k, I'll just let p be 20 and t be 50, because it's all be 50 years to double. Fine, all right. So for our example, we'll do 20 is equal to 10e to the 50k. All right, 2 equals e to the 50k. Natural log of 2 equals 50k. So k equals natural log of 2 divided by 50. By the way, it would not have mattered which population you picked, that would have been your k value. Because if you pick 10 and it doubles to 20, it reduces to 2. If you pick 30 people, it doubles to 60, it reduces to 2. It's the same thing every time, all right? So this is our universal k value. So the formula I'm looking at now is P is equal to, they use one other letter. The initial population is P naught, so we'll go ahead and call it P naught. E to the natural log of 2 divided by 50 t. Okay, after 75 years, the ratio of the population at that time to the initial population, P naught, will be what?
Okay, so
Let's make up something. So, what do you want our initial population to be?
1.
One person? Why not?
I don't see why not.
I like it.
Simple.
Alright, so let's let our initial population be 1,
We kill off the 19 people.
okay? So we're gonna set that, we're gonna lock that in.
How does the population grow from 1 person? It's a real question.
It's in a
Amoeba.
bacteria maybe, yeah, so it self-replicates. It's a nano amoeba.
Oh,
It's programmed to self-replicate.
could it do that?
What they say, 75 years? 75 years, is
Yes.
that right? Okay, so let's let P naught be 1, which doesn't really hurt anything. And let's let T be 75, because they want to know what happens in 75 years, fine. So here's the thought process. I'm going to figure out what my population is. I'll do the math and simplify it and get an answer. Then I'm going to find the ratio of
P
new population
to old.
to old population. So it'll be whatever our answer is over.
So like 50 was double. So
Right.
it's 75.
Right. Okay, so this is actually going to be quite nice. Let's do, that 1 is irrelevant. This reduces nicely. We can pull a 25 out and get 3 over 2. Is that right? 3 over 2? Okay, so I will have e to the 3/2 times the natural log of 2. And that's just us reducing the 75 and the 50. All right, I will bring this back inside as a power.
And then
So p will be e to the natural log of 2 to the 3/2. E and the natural log cancel, and I get p equals 2 to the 3/2. Which is 1, 2, and then an extra root of 2. Okay, so that is 2 root of 2. So the ratio of my new population to my old population is
2 root 2 over 1.
2 root of 2 to 1,
Dang.
or d. Notice how little calculus there was in this test on the front part, on the multiple
Yeah, that's
guess.
why we're doing for math, because there's no
I
calculus.
know, give me some derivatives to take it, I'm fine.
I thought there was calculus on algebra.
You don't know. Number 5, the slope field to the right is the differential equation for what? Oh, you heathens for getting this wrong.
This was easy.
Holy crap. Okay, talk to me about what has to happen here.
Well, parabola going up,
It does indeed look like a parabola going up.
and it has to have some type of negative x attached to it to make it go to the left. I mean, to the right.
Correct. Which narrowed it down to, okay, why is C out?
See, it's just, that one because
Instead of-
it's
Because that would be a
it's
parabola going
Yeah,
down.
parabola going down.
What's wrong with A?
It's just a parabola going at the
See,
origin.
I was like.
Right, so the origin. So what about D and E?
There's a y.
Right, and you know, that's actually a really good way to do this one. This is a function that has nothing to do with the y. It is a bunch of parabolas, up parabolas. Here's another way to think about it. When I plug in, now this scale, look at the bottom, the x's go from -4 to 4 and the y's go from -12 to 12. If this goes from -4 to 4, where do you see these horizontal tangents being? At what number?
Some positive number around.
Okay, right, 2. Yeah, it looks like it's about halfway between there. So when I plug in 2, I need to get 0. 2 for x, I need to get 0. The only place that happens is B and C, and then we narrowed it down because we said this has to go up, so it needs to be B. Lots of ways to think about how to do that one, but the
Or you
correct answer is B.
Take an do an antiderivative.
You actually could, yeah, start doing antiderivatives. Now it gets a little, okay, look at D. Look at D.
Oh, no.
Look at number 1, look at D. Look at 1, look at D.
I was
You
just
wanna
thinking
look
the
at D.
ones like
Alright.
between A, B, and C, because you kind of have to throw away the y's.
By the way, E looks harmless, but E is the absolute hardest problem on this page. That's something y'all can't even do. E is rough. The BC kids would have trouble with that.
Disgusting.
It looks simple, x plus y. Okay, what if I told you to get the x's on one side and the y's on the other?
You could, it's kind of hard because like they're not, like you can't minus y and then you'll.
Yeah, addition, subtraction make it impossible. Multiplication and division, easy, but addition, subtraction make it impossible. So that one looks harmless, but that
Yes.
is,
dy dx
that's an
equals
angry problem.
xy is easy.
All right, let's do, the free response. I was expecting some good work on this, and y'all did give me good work. I will say your A and B for, I think, every single one of you, almost all of you, was a nice and easy 4 points. Thanks for playing the game. Because the slope fields look really good, for the most part, and then your equation of tangent line, the approximation, again, really good. So I'm gonna say A and B, you nailed it. Even C, y'all did a good job of getting down to at least the separation, maybe the antiderivative. So this back page was, if I go back and look at all your old tests, percentage-wise, y'all did the very best on this particular problem all year. This is your best free response question, okay?
Yeah. Because these are really easy for yourself.
All right, dy
Compared to the other ones.
dx is equal to -2x over y. They gave me this slope field for part A. I had 6 points above the line and 6 points below the x-axis, nothing on the x-axis. Don't go making up points that you don't need. So if they only give you the 12, then don't say, you know what, there should be some dots here. Don't do that. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You had horizontal here when your x was equal to 0. You would have had something weird going on when y was equal to 0. Those would have been vertical tangents except here. And I think each of these was just sloped. Like this one was kind of flattish. This one was a little bit steeper. And it did the same thing on the bottom. So, can you tell what these are going to be?
Circle, like half circles? Or
Not
half
circles,
equally.
Eclipse.
ellipses, yeah, ellipses.
Eclipse?
Not eclipses, yeah.
Ellipses, whatever, I can't pronounce either one.
Ellipses, yeah.
Ellipses gram?
Ellipses, that's correct, yeah. Those are. There's A. All right, B. Find the equation of the tangent line at the point 1, -1, use it to approximate f of 1.1. I was honestly disappointed that I did not hear tears of mirth from you, because this problem was so easy. Y'all should have been going cackling with delight at how easy this
Peter wrote it
problem was.
down.
Yeah. Too easy.
B, yeah.
Yeah. All right, the point in question is f of 1 equals -1, and the slope, so dy dx at the point 1, -1, plug in 1 for x and -1 for y, and I think you get a +2. So my equation was y plus 1 equals 2 times x minus 1. That was worth a point. And then the second one was or if you wanted to do this, to bring that over, this would get you the point right here. Everything else after that is cosmetic with however you want to do the arithmetic. Now we're going to plug in 1.1. So f of 1.1 is going to be approximately 2 times 1.1 minus 1, which that's 0.1, so that's 0.2 minus 1, or -0.8. That is exactly what y'all did. Every single one of y'all just nailed that one, so good job. Then we get to C. I was also pleased with C. Y'all did a good job up to a point, and then you just forgot there's the bottom half, not the top half.
Stupid bottom.
All right, dy dx.
I've never gotten 7 points on these.
Do what? It's been a long time since you got 7. Is this your first 7?
I don't know, probably. No, I think I've had 7 before, maybe. It's been a while.
Okay, separate the variables. This one turns out nicely. When I bring the dx over here, I get -2x dx, and when I bring the y over here, I get y dy. So no annoying natural logs. Yay! Like crap, okay. So we get 1/2 y squared is equal to -x squared plus c. That line is worth 2 points. You had 2 for part A, your 0 slopes and your other slopes. You have 2 for part B, your line and your answer, which only leaves 5 points for this. And when it's a 5-point question, you get 1 for separation,
2 for both of them.
1 for doing both of those correctly, and 1 for your plus C. On this one, I was giving you a half point for each one of them, although on the AP they don't give half points, okay? Now we just need to find C and then solve. I will go ahead and do the C now. Let's see, 1 and -1. So we've got 1/2 -1 squared is equal to negative parentheses 1 squared plus C. Do keep in mind, these are 2 different answers. This one squaring the -1, this one squaring the 1 and then negating it. I don't know why kids have a problem with that. It's order of operations. That's gonna be 1, so we get 1/2. Over here, we're gonna get a -1 plus C. So C is gonna equal 3/2. 3/2 for that. There's another point right there. And then let's plug it in and solve. So we get, where am I here? 1/2 y squared is equal to -x squared plus 3/2. I'm thinking let's multiply by 2, then square root, and we're done. Multiply by 2 gives me y squared equals -2x squared plus 3. I'll flip that around. So we're going to get y is equal to plus or minus square root of 3 minus 2x squared. I think all of y'all left it as -2x squared plus 3 as well, whatever. Then we have to decide which of these is the correct answer. The point they gave us was 1, -1, and the only way to get a negative out is if your answer was negative to start with. So my f of x is the negative square root of 3 minus 2x squared. And what was truly annoying is I think I gave y'all half credit, a 0.5 if you did something like this. on the AP, you would have done all this gorgeous work and felt so confident and not gotten a single point for it. So
That's nice.
careful.
Wait, what?
On the AP test, see y'all,
Oh, yeah,
Gordon,
that whole
you
thing.
guys did this. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Stop crap. Instead of getting all this partial credit for all that great work in between, you would have gotten nothing because you didn't put a stupid little negative on your answer.
No, it was literally just, so that was what, 2 points for that part?
From here down was the last 1 point.
Okay, so that's not.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Okay. On this test, I mean, if I'm doing raw scores, 1 point kind of hurts. But on the AP, 7 out of 9. Seriously, that's actually double the national average. Most kids on these kind of questions are making 3 or 4 points. I don't know why. I seriously don't know why you can only get 3 points out of these. But the national average is between 3 and 4.
I'm pretty sure that's because half of them are getting zeros because they're not trying.
Idiots.
But for 1 point for all that work, just getting that, and just
Give
getting.
me 7. I mean, 7 or 8 points is easy. I can see y'all getting here, child's play. That might mess some people. I don't know why. That might mess some people up. I think it's easy. That, whatever. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, there is your test. I will need to take those back up so that I can put the grades on them, but I'll hand them back to you in just a second. Now, the next thing on the agenda for everyone is the quests, which I have to say, kids, if this quest is any indication of what you were going to do on the AP, I'm not worried at all. These were good. Good. The lowest score was a 3, would have gotten a solid 3, and the highest score, good lord, was up in the, what was the highest score? 34, would have been solid 4. So these were really, really good. Okay, Shannon, Graham, you can keep these, by the way, Edward, Chelsea, yes, Jerry's been stepping up. And by 1 point, beaten by 1 measly little point, Amber gets the silver. All right, answer. I'm going to give you an answer, even though you flushed yours down the toilet. So there you go.
Your big bird fault, but it's really.
What?
That's right, yeah, you did come in a little bit.
That's like saying I lost at a race I never entered.
I actually got an 8 on mine.
Actually, you entered it, you got the
Yeah.
Surprising.
Yeah.
I didn't enter though.
You got a paper,
That's like me getting the application and then just never turning the application and still saying I lost the race.
Have y'all seen this stupid little poster, I can't stand it. It's got this kid sitting there in front of sitting in front of a basketball hoop, and it says, "You always miss 100% of the shots you don't take." Have you ever seen that poster?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be one of those motivational, like the kid and hang in there.
Yeah,
kind of
it's
thing.
like, you'd be like,
It
"Dude,
doesn't make any sense. You cannot miss a shot that you don't take. You don't miss 100% of the shots you don't take. You just don't take them.
there was never a percentage. That's not math.
Makes me sad.
That's disgusting math, actually. You're making numbers out